Imagine that. Imagine that. Imagine being from the streets. Imagine being from the streets. What comes along with being from the streets? I guarantee you this right here. No retirement plan comes along with it. Basically, criminals making up rules. Imagine that. Imagine criminals making up rules. It's a terrible thing. Here's what little Boosie had to say. I'll let you know what I have to say in a second. Unbelievable.
Are you showing and performing at the Big Meech party? Yeah, I'm performing. I gave Big Meech my word, that I was gonna perform, and I ain't. I give.
So you have little Boosie right here. He's saying, you know what? I gave Big Meech my word. I'm performing. Don't forget, Big Meech is who these individuals idolize. Criminals. The only reason why they idolize Big Meech, they say he made so much money. Never ever once did they ever talk about how many families Big Meech destroyed, how many individuals had to sell their TVs and their couches just to get what Big Meech had to supply. They don't ever talk about that. How many kids hate their mothers and fathers because they was, taking everything out of home just to put money in Big Meech's pockets. They don't ever talk about that. These individuals from the streets, they're heartless. Why wouldn't they be heartless? Believe it or not, some of them praise drug dealers and murderers. It's a terrible thing. Imagine that. Imagine praising the worst of the worst. But Lil Boosie, either way, he said, you know what? I'm still performing for for Big Meech at his concert. He is, don't forget, criminals. Imagine, you ever listen, hear what he's saying.
My word is my word. I don't know what's going on. I can't just pull away from not performing over something, they got going on with him and 50 and all this.
Lil Boosie said he can't just pull himself away from what's going on with Big Meech. Don't forget, they said that Big Meech, he's being accused of cooperating, sending someone to jail, another criminal. When did criminals start having loyalty amongst each other? I have no idea when. Don't forget, most of these criminals, Apple, for example, if you know this guy named Apple, he's from New York. He used to meet individuals, befriend them, and then unalive them. Criminals are the most notorious individuals out there in the world. That's why they made jails and penitentiaries for them. Imagine listening to anything that criminals say, you know what, it should be like this. Don't tell on me when I do a crime. Unbelievable how these criminals be thinking, I tell you.
I just can't, after I gave the man my word, if something was to come out and I feel it's factual, I'll stand on it. But, not in no last minute because something going on.
So Lil Boosie right now, he's standing like, don't forget these criminals, only thing they know how to stand on is what the correctional officers and the judges tell them to stand on. They don't know how to really do nothing else but that. They probably talk about it. Yeah, I stand on this, I stand on that, I stand on this, I stand on that, but no. These criminals right here, I said they praise notorious drug dealers and murderers. They really do. Imagine that. Imagine listening to what an individual has to say who praise the worst of the worst in society. It's a terrible thing.
I don't know no factual. You gonna make a bleak mode too? Yeah. I definitely gotta make a beast mode too.
It's one of those things right there. They call it selective politics. But either way, you can't take away what Big Meech did. A whole lot of these individuals look up to Big Meech. Big Meech was a party animal. Big Meech was never placed in a position where, you know what, they say, you know what, do you want to do 30 years or 20 years? What would you do if you was in his shoes? Would you want to stay behind the bars at the age of 65 years old? Or would you rather come out at 55 so you could party a little bit more? Party. One of those things. I don't know a lot. The only thing I do know is that crime don't pay. But I see him do it. Though. Either way, I think Big Meech's legacy might be tarnished. I mean, it's one of those things right there, though. But imagine that. Imagine your legacy just being just destroying communities and people praising you. That's a crazy legacy, believe it or not.